from vertical to horizontal and back again. Could we make this work? Work is the wrong word. We are treating each other with care, curiosity, and willingness to share and support each other in time. We had the feeling that we didn't have so much time and resources, but we do have time. Time is so generous. It is multiplying. We can make time for things as we unmake time, cut things short or stay longer, deciding when to stop and when to start. We have resources. We have enough resources. We do have enough. We have enough money and resources. Is it irresponsible to act like you don't have enough money and resources when you do? Is it irresponsible to try to get money, to try to not get money, to not make plans? Time is available. We are available in time for better relations, support, working, friendship, understanding, waiting. Last time, in the past, over 1 month ago, I decided that I would like to try and cover 2 big windows in an exhibition. I am often covering windows in an apartment. I imagine a person seeing me, looking at me and what I'm doing. In the past months, I have tried to change. I have done things without curtains or cloths on the window. I have thought about how I am perpetuating the privatization of desires. What happens when we don't try to make things public because we assume that they will not be accepted? I'm thinking about producing things for a public rather than making things public, thinking about what it means to communicate intimately, how to explain and be held accountable and responsible over time. Who is interested? Who is interested? I wanted to cover the windows on the night of the opening of the exhibition. This would also serve as a practical solution to the problem of natural light from the window. It would help to be able to see video projections and monitors that were part of the exhibition. I felt conscious that my gesture would affect other works and wanted to think about that and not shy away from the gesture. We took fabrics from your storage unit, fabrics that you had collected over the years. I felt some guilt about taking your time and going to the storage unit that day and borrowing things. I didn't really want to plan. I didn't really want to plan too much or try things out or think too much about how I would cover the windows. It was hard. It was hard to know who would be there and what the situation would be. We brought the fabrics and left them there in a pile in preparation. On the night of the opening, I decided to start working with the curtain alone in the beginning and slowly ask people who were close by to help me. Initially, 2 women, strangers, helped a lot and made a lot of decisions about how to go on, but they were not able to stay. Slowly, others came, friends, and still more strangers. The space was hot and grew hotter and darker. Slowly, eventually, the windows were covered. Not solidly, but for some time, darkened at least. After working on the covering of the windows, I took a microphone attached to a PA system. I asked someone to pass the microphone out of the window, down to the street. I would go outside and I would read something, and that something would be amplified into the space of the exhibition so that people could hear what I had written. Here again, here we are at this other time. It is important that I tell you about this previous time, since this time is connected to that previous time. I don't know if I will hang sheets on the window here. I don't know if I can. When you showed me the pictures of the museum, all of the shutters were closed, so perhaps I don't need to cover the windows. We are outside. I was outside before. The purpose is not to create privacy inside. We have talked about the garden, reading in the garden, and sheets being on the windows, and then transferring them to the floor for people to sit on. But we don't know. We don't know yet if it will be cold or wet, or how many people will there be. When should we decide? If the shutters are closed, I thought it could still be good to hold the sheets up, since it's not only this gesture of covering the windows, but it is the shift from vertical to horizontal, a shift in planes of perception, like laying down or standing, taking something from one place to another, from the bed to the museum, for example. We have talked about longing as something that distracts from the present. It produces desires beyond our reach, beyond possible satisfaction. A search for solutions, not the presence of trying to work with a given situation. Without solution, only new situations.